Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another stream of Onyx. Let me see. I changed some stuff off stream, so I'm not sure if it works. I mean, I tested only some small stuff off stream. I didn't really develop anything new, but I think I might have broken stuff as it looks like it, yeah. I think that has to be like that. Then I'm not sure if we are running again. Might be that we are running again already. Or not. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Not quite. Alright, in the shader we have an error. It's probably... Ah, where that one is again just one. Just one. Like that, and we have to do that everywhere. Is it commands? Yeah, I think that should maybe do it again. I don't know. 48. Unexpected identifier. Oh. Well, that is a mistake for sure. But that's not the real issue. Oh. I'm not sure if I send everything. We will find out. Let's give it a material. We should probably save that. Okay, so that works, but as you can see, it's quite laggy. Because we're definitely not running in 60 FPS anymore. So that's something I would want to look at, because if we open that same thing in RenderDoc, well, let's not save it. We open that same thing in RenderDoc, it is quite slow. So here we have still 60 FPS, right? But then as soon as we add the renderer, we drop down to 30. And I think it's how I render it. It's not necessarily the amount of triangles. It's I think purely how we currently, like that we are rendering it very like unoptimized, let's put it that way. So that's something I want to look at today. This should run at 60 FPS. Otherwise we have a problem and we have to reiterate, like reevaluate how we would want to address that. Hello, Capchica. How is life in Barcelona? And hello, Capushman. I hope I pronounced it right. I just wing that name a little bit. I mean, I wing every name that's not English a little bit, but yeah. If I mispronounce it, I am sorry. Feel free to tell me. So yeah, the problem is that we are too slow. Nice. Yeah, I've been there as well. Can be quite tough in Spain, in Barcelona sometimes. But if you go to like Sevilla or something like that in the south, it's like even worse. But yeah, or like Madrid even. I don't know. Can be worse as well. Because in Barcelona you at least have most of the time a little bit of wind from the sea. Or Alright, so yeah, if we capture that, right, we can see that the performance is quite lacking of that. That's another thing. Before we do that, actually, we will add the labels again, but yeah, you can see that we take like 5 milliseconds for the depth path alone. And then 8 milliseconds for the G buffer path. And that's like a no-go. Yeah, that's true. I mean, because probably of the humidity, right? I don't know. Iced capuche. Okay. Okay. So are you from Germany or Austria? Because of the U? I mean, that's like a naive thing for me to say. Ah, okay. Alright, so one thing I wanted to try is render everything in like one draw core. We need to change quite a lot for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, the wind from the sea is quite nice. At least I remember it to be always like quite nice. Ah, okay. Yeah, like head in English, I would assume. Because that's the Haube is the German word for head. Alright, so how do I change that to be like one draw core? And I'm not sure if we will stick with like one draw core, but probably we want to have one draw core anyways, only for the terrain, so it's probably anyways the better approach. So the idea would be we do this maybe, move that here, have maybe let's do one vertex buff as well. And the voxel grid we leave for now, but we might change that, I don't know. Although for the sake of simplicity, I mean, yeah, whatever. Let's leave it. And then volume terrain would be this, volume terrain would be that, and then we would only do like... And we push that, but we do only one draw core actually. So actually we don't do any of that. We don't do that. And we just push one draw core, yeah. So currently I have 37 chunks that each get, like as you can see, they get rendered like that. So each chunk of the terrain gets rendered, which is, it seems like very slow. Hello, Mickey Maven. 0 draw cores. Not sure about that. Maybe when we do the console game or something like that. If you don't consider drawing to the console a draw core. Alright, so we would have that, and then we need to change our volume terrain system to do one big allocation here. And we will cheat for now a little bit. What? Ah, terrain component. Why is hello Visual Studio? What? Ah, wait. No, I guess I cannot select today. Okay, whatever. No, I have not. Mostly because AMD equivalent. No, I think it exists, right? There is one in AMD as well, a Radeon profiler. But there is nothing similar to NSAT where you can debug for AMD. At least a year ago or something like that. There was nothing like that, which is kind of a pain. And I have an AMD card. MROC. Is it the AMD one or what? Can't remember anymore what it was called. Or was it? Yeah, I mean there was one for, I think, or was it one for debugging but none for profiling? No, it was one for profiling of AMD but not really a debugger, if I remember right, but I hope that would have changed by now. I mean, back when I worked at Ubisoft, they didn't have one, which was a little bit painful, so we always had to do render doc for debugging. But I mean, this is anyways a performance question, so probably the AMD one would be sufficient, because it's not a matter of debugging, it's a matter of performance. And then there is one from AMD. I think that one, yeah, GP Open, it rings a bell. Yeah. Yes. But wasn't that just performance? Ah, no, actually there is something new, yeah, that seems to be a little bit more now. Looking at the... I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can probably use it a little bit for debugging. I don't know. I have to try it, I guess. I've never really tried it that much. So we have this. We need to create our buffer way bigger. Well, actually we want, yeah, that. And in reality, wait, so that's the cluster count. Okay, that's the mesh vertex count. And that is, let's do a proper size for that. So that's like way too little, right? 16 maybe, is that enough? Not quite, so we do 17, that should be more than enough. Or actually we just do it exactly. We match it exactly in size, so 68,016. And then times 37, because that's how many dimensions we have. I usually use custom modes because triangles don't bother me, but driver com lines do. Okay, yeah. So that is very hacky, but it's fine. For a test, that's good enough. And then we only do one draw command, right? And then here, oh yeah, we push the coordinate, that's good. And we need to do a little bit of magic here. So the first thing is the generate, it doesn't really matter. Like the create doesn't matter because that's just writing into the voxel grid. So that's fine. But then the generate volume mesh needs to change a little bit. So the vertex count is basically 68,016 times 37, right? We can hard code that. And then we do an offset here for the vertex buffer plus offset. And here plus buffer offset. Is that it? I think so, right? That should do it. Now we have here a U and buffer offset is U constants. Draw command index times that. And then as well we need the position as well. So we do another vec3 transform. And then basically we do all of those plus the transform, like. Right, and that should move all of them accordingly. In my mind. Otherwise we do the vertex position offset, but I think that should be fine. And then can close that. We can go here, push another thing, which is vec3 f32 transform. And then the transform here is volume. As self-proclaimed C++ professional, well, I wouldn't say that. Do you prefer C APIs where you provide destination or where APIs returns results? What do you mean with like that? Ah, you mean like I give you the pointer and it writes into it, or it returns me a value? Is that the question? So either, let's say int like foo or void foo int pointer or what? Yeah. I guess I would say it depends a little bit. If it's something big, I would probably prefer the pointer. If it's just something small, like like everything below a size of a pointer, I would probably prefer the value. Like everything below, probably below pointer size, I would prefer that. And everything above, probably this. But then like for consistency, maybe it makes more sense to just return it like with a pointer. So that everything is the same, right? So probably the more I would think about it, it's probably this one that I prefer. Because I think you can, with this one, I would even argue you have less work, right? Because with this one, you might need to expose like a memory allocator so that I can decide where the memory is allocated at, whereas with this one, I provide you the destination, so I already allocated it. So I think with that one, like with the second one, you probably have like less hassle because you don't really need to care where the memory comes from. Yeah. But maybe that's even garbage what I said. But I think that would be maybe preferably because then, yeah, as I said, you don't really care. Okay, well, that doesn't work. I mean, I can't really code today, it seems like. I hope that works and it doesn't complain too much. Alright, let's see. The volume index we hopefully set, right? This is the only usage, really? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, we really only have... Let's see. If we crash, we might. Okay, well that didn't crash. But we are not rendering anything. Unfortunate. Oh, we're not executing this. Oh, well. Yeah, because we don't really do that once we have finished it, right? I mean, that should work. Oh, hold on, that's garbage. God damn it. That is 32. because each of those is just 32 apart, right? Not 64. But I'm not sure if that will do anything, because we didn't even see the first one to begin with, but we might have done some oopsies in the shader as well. I mean, that looks fine. Do I need that for something? Corner 0 voxer. That's all fine. I would say that's all fine. Oh, but we don't. Ah, okay. That is a problem. How can I do that? How can I solve that? I mean, I guess we could just do that and then we do another. Oh, that's ugly. But it's fine, we can do that for now. So we add another buffer here. Vertex count. And we add that. Vertex count. We don't need that. We just need storage, that and that. That is the size of a U6, like U32. And we allocate that and we pass that in. The most stupid and ugly thing, but it's fine. We will deal with all of that once we establish that this is fast or not. So we need another buffer address, which we will add here at the end. Right? Because... oh, hold on. Actually, that's a little bit... oh, that is actually a problem. So this is float padding. Or actually, let's rearrange it. So we do this here. That's a 3, and then we can do the float 4 here for the cell size. Then we do draw command address. And here we have vertex count address. And then we have like one draw command index, which is like the last one. So we have this, and then here we have transform. Then we have the cell size. Then we have the mesh vertices. No, the mesh or vertex count. Sorry. Then we have that, and then we have our index. Yeah, that should do it. Not sure why it doesn't show the IntelliSense like from ReSharper for those two, but whatever. So we need to reshuffle that one as well. So this one goes up here together with the Vec3 transform. Then we have this. We have another one, which is mesh, like vertex count buffer, vertex count buffer pointer, and then that is just a U30 U int of vertex count. Let's do count. And then we replace that and that. Then here we set that to 0. And that is the fixed offset into that buffer. That should work. Famous last words. Should work. Let me quickly turn on the AC. Or the fan actually. So I hope the fan is not audible. Let's see. No, doesn't look like it. Alright, cool. Because it's warm enough for the AC, but yeah. What? Oh. Oops. We should probably have a better arrow for that than a crash randomly somewhere. But okay. Oh no. Still not working. Sad. Can we maybe... Can we maybe debug that? Because I would be quite curious why that doesn't work. Okay, that is all empty, which is kind of weird. That looks not so bad actually. But which one is that? Is that the depth buffer? Or... Yeah, probably. But then we don't do a call for... Okay, I mean, that looks broken. Ah, actually, it doesn't look too broken. It's okay-ish. I mean, it's definitely not the best. But... it's something. Question is, why is it like that? We do one draw call and place. And the depth is running, but like... Why is the rest not running? Is it because the transform is empty, right? Okay, yeah, that's it, probably. So let's actually do an identity one here. That should be an identity one. Was that as well another issue, right? Because in the... Probably in the depth pass, we didn't even do a... transform, so that's kind of broken as well. Okay, so we are here. But that looks better in terms of performance at least, right? We are not drawing like the full mesh, it seems like. But that looks like 60 FPS. So it's probably the draw call overhead that ruined it. Yeah, looks like it, because that looks like it's rendering. I mean, except for that it's like buggy, right? Which we probably can figure out why. But how fast does... I mean, that's like... Before we had like 0.2 or something like that per call, right? And now we have like... It... I mean... Yes and no. It was... Yeah, I mean, you're right, probably, but it can only be that, because the other... There was like literally nothing that would have run besides that. Because that was the whole loop, right? I mean, okay, maybe not, because... I mean, that was the whole loop, right? I mean, we still bind the vertex buffer. So maybe it's that? But I mean, that can't be that slower. I mean, maybe it is, I don't know. I mean, I would be surprised if that's it, but... Definitely something we should investigate. Yeah, you're right that it... I mean, in theory, it's not that many draw cores, but... I mean, it's 3 million triangles, or like 3 million vertices, right? It's a lot of vertices. I mean, again, for a graphics card that's like new, it's not that much, but I mean, it's still quite a lot. But let's see if we can first fix the thing that it's broken. So that's the buffer offset, and we do that everywhere, right? So we do it here and we do it here. So that should be fine. Then the question is, where does it go wrong? Draw command index. I mean, that should be... That should be where we are. Or is that not good enough? Wait, that's not what it was. It was 86,000, right? Wasn't it that? So that would explain it, because then we override stuff from the previous one. Or was that volume, terrain? Yeah, 86,000 was it, wasn't it? And not 68. Like, did I think I bricked that. I think it was that. That looks, I mean, somewhat better, not really, but because we're missing 3 or something like that. Did I miscalculate? It's 6 by 6. It's 36. That should be it, right? Ah. God damn it. Oh god, really? Please. Let's put it there. $36, yeah. Oh, did we not? Hold on. Oh no, we... Yeah, I mean, that looks fine. What? Is that not what it's supposed to be? It's device local. It should be device local. I think I checked that last stream. But I mean, we can double check that again as well. Just to be sure. So when we create that here, right? We should be pushing... and then here, and... Where was it? Memory property flags, right? Is it here? Yeah. Yeah, it should be entering here. And we can double check that. Let's put that here. And then this is device local return. So that's like memory type bit flags 15. Then we get back memory type 2, which I think is where the device local one. We would need to check that with memory VK, memory info or something like that to get like all the memory types. Or like the locations of where the device local lives. To be 100% sure. But it should be device local with that. Pretty sure. I'm curious, why is that missing? Shouldn't they be here? I mean, am I stupid? Isn't that how many I had? I'm confused why that's missing. Am I not allocating enough space? But then I think it would be even broken. Or am I rendering something on top of each other? Ah, I cannot see that now, right? Because... I mean... It's something, right? I mean, the density of this is insane. So that's something we definitely will address. But I'm curious why those are missing. So that should be, let's say, let's move the point light here. So that's Z 128 and X 177. Isn't that dispatched here? Generate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be fine. And then let's have the locals here, chunk position. And we have... How many do we have here? 36. I mean, they're already... What? Wasn't that a little... Wasn't that... a little bit... Was that all 36? What? So we have 0001. Yeah. And 35 times 86,1600 is... And it looks fine. That looks fine. I am confused. Why that would be not correct. So in my mind that should work, but it doesn't. But I mean the performance is good, so that was actually the the biggest thing I was interested in. I'm not quite sure where those tires go. I guess we could... Could we just generate the ones in the distance? Maybe, right? So basically, if our chunk position... I think it's in X. Is not 5. Continue. Hello, Lolmy. Hello, hello. Yeah, nice to see you as well. Wait, what? Oh, where? Volume chunk chord. That's what I wanted to do. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I always as well lurk in Cake's stream during work and then see how painful it has to be to work in a 50,000 line file. That's quite special. Did I somehow kill all of them with that? What? Do I not have... I thought I have X... I mean, shouldn't those all be then triggered here? Yeah. Now we just don't render anything or what? If they are gone, we just don't do anything? What? So if I just do x equals 2? What does that do? Do I see something then? That would be bizarre, but... Wait a second, what? So those I see. Then... 4? But 5 I don't see. Oh, well. What? Why? Why would I not see 5? Something sus is going on. What the hell is going on? Pipeline. I think we don't have the resource probably anymore, or do we maybe have it? Oh, we do. $86,016, yeah, that's fine. That's it. Vertex count buffer and draw command buffer. That's very fascinating, not gonna lie. So that 30 times that should be fine. Not yet, good sir, still grinding. Patience is key. What are you grinding? Like what game, I guess? Could it be that the... How about even the transform is not the problem? Or is it? No, I don't think so. Because we do all of that. That's just the voxel indices, right? And that's just the gradients, which is fine. I mean, that should be fine. Ah, learning techniques I'm gonna need. Okay. Oh, that's always good. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing here. Although I'm quite confused, not gonna lie. Where is my last row? Just keep grinding. On my end, it's getting somewhere. I'm still trying to catch up with... Ah, okay. But that whole character sculpting arc is keeping me in check. 3D sculpting or what for characters? That's above my pay grade. I'm so confused how that... how that happens. Especially because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 rows here, right? But as soon as I do that skip here, it somehow disappears. Nice, I guess I have to try in there to see as well some stuff from you guys. So I am still very much confused. The transform, right? We still did that as well, so here we pushed well, not here, but in the volume component. Did we do it here? Oh yeah, we did push the transform like that, yeah. Yeah, I will do that. What could be going wrong here? Because it's not... Oh, I definitely need the things again. Definitely need the debug labels again. I kinda killed them with the... I think we killed them with the localization changes. I am so very much confused. Looking at chat, that's not how lurking works. Kick, yeah. Let's do something there. I mean, I don't know, man. That's like so bizarre. 37. So actually it's 36 then here and not 37, right? And but that will not fix it probably, because that just makes it smaller altogether. The question is that then... I mean, we don't need to make the vertex buffer smaller, right? That's... oh wait, did I set the... yeah, I set... It's very bizarre. I mean... $86,000. Let's do a VEC3 padding, I don't know. Not that it probably matters, but you never know. Do we have error? We don't have any errors. But I mean, that should be fine because that is the right amount, right? Times 36. Oh, that's actually too little. So that is 37. Wait, is my buffer too small then? Hold on. Volume. Terrain system. No, we do 37 here as well. That should be fine. But we are not doing it. I am more than confused. Okay, so that should all be fine, right? Very, very bizarre. Not gonna lie. Volume terrain mesh vertices, volume terrain direct draw. Looks fine to me. Let's look at render doc. Although I don't think we will see anything there, but whatever. Might as well try, right? Although, god damn it. Without the material, we definitely don't see anything. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is all pretty much nothing. Can I not see the full buffer? That's unfortunate. Are we even generating stuff? I hate myself for trying to write the chess engine. Wait, is it maybe that... Hold on, is it maybe that... Where do we... Oh no, we do the read once. And we push that, so that shouldn't be... I thought maybe it's because we don't transition the buffer, but that's not it. Let's see. We want the resource inspector. I mean, how do I find now the resource that... Oh, that one writes something. So we executed. Because that's the U and account. So we executed it and we wrote stuff, but we are not rendering it for some reason. Which is kinda weird. Is it the right size? Yes, right? 86,000. That was what it was, right? Yeah. Times 36. Oh god. Oh my god. 86. 16 times 36. That's more than enough. Oh, maybe that's actually the issue. Hold on. Maybe that's actually the garbage that I'm doing. Hold on. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, why did I not? Man, it's I guess I need another coffee. So that should be 36 because we have 36. I don't know why I did 37. And then in the shader, of course, we have to do 36 as well. That should be fine. And then this is 35. Yeah, exactly. And then there's exactly 86 space. But is that really the issue? Because that would have just made the buffers bigger and not necessarily cause any issue per se, I would say. Don't think that should fix anything, yeah. Where is my mesh? And why is it not there? Um, row offset. Is it 300,000? Yeah, we want 3 million. Oh god. Can I not do that or what? Yes, that doesn't really work. Okay. Is the buffer too big or what? Is that it? Is there like a maximum size for the buffer? I wouldn't want this big of a bomb buffer probably anyways, but... Okay, I mean, who cares? It's faster. So I need to think about how I would want to address that properly. Probably we should as well debug why the actual individual draw cores were so slow. But yeah, if we bring back all of them, I think we probably have something again to look at. I'm curious why it was so slow with the individual ones. I mean, it's not instance drawing, so that's why. Definitely slower, but yeah, probably I have to look at the AMD debugger to get like more info out there. And then we probably want to have like both versions, so I will most likely revert back to the old one. But even then, I think we most likely want to have anyways only one, maybe actually only one draw call anyways for the terrain. I think that makes the most sense anyways. Cause yeah, otherwise it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's see if it actually is because of the size of the buffer. So I think in theory that should then be half the size, right? So calculate this one divided by 2. I mean, it should probably be that, but I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. We will find out, I guess, with the render doc. That's correct. But it's still missing. What? I'm going insane here. Alright, let's look at render doc first to see what the count is. Oh, shoot. That was a bad idea. We should probably block that. Material, this capture. Although we didn't necessarily need to do that. It's more that I want to go here, here, And then... Ah. Why is it the same? Did I not change the resolution? Hello? I'm pretty sure I changed the resolution. What? Hold on. What the hell? Here? No. God damn it, why do I always... I mean... What? How can that be? Shouldn't you be like way bigger in like terms of the triangles? I mean, it doesn't look that much bigger. Did I not? Okay, let's do cell size 2. Right, that is like way bigger in terms of I am confused by all of this quite a bit. Okay. That looks like it did something. So let's launch that. If that now says 86,000, then I am going crazy. Ah, no. Resource inspector. How? Why? Or is the vertex count the same? No, it can't be, right? How can that be that it's like... How? What? Something's off here. Something is not right here. Let's actually... Where is that volume terrain system? We do this, find usages. Let's not clear that. That's bizarre, to say the least. It's like we do something wrong with that. Yeah, that doesn't really make too much sense. Why it would be... always 86,000. No, not quite sure. But let's see. We changed that. That should be fine, and we should be able to... well, let's close a couple of those. Because they're quite irritating here. It'd be nice if there is like something that auto closes them. But whatever. Maybe there is. I don't know. Let's see. So, scene editor. Let's see how bad our performance is, because probably is quite... yeah. Let's hope that we can do a capture here. Last time I did that, it didn't show up actually. Which was kinda bizarre as well. And it still doesn't show up again. Alright, let's only do one. Maybe then it shows up. I don't know, render dog is kinda weird when it, like... I don't know, or it's like me. Probably it's me. Let's only do one. Oh, shoot. We need to break out of everything. So let's do actually one here. Then it's like... I don't know, but I hope it's you. I mean, not for you, but for myself. So... but welcome, what's up? Did you manage to get banned at Cake Stream today again? (6-1). What kind of weird... how does it draw? Ah, okay, I see. Very good for you as well, I guess. That's nice as well from time to time. Ah, that's the grid that we kind of didn't see anymore. Well, that's very unfortunate. I just don't seem to see the dispatch here, which is kind of bizarre. Because it should happen, right? Every frame. But somehow it doesn't show it here. Which is like, why? But then probably the resource inspector. Oh, I mean, that's only one. But it still says 86,000. What? How? Why? Where do you get that from? It's like insane. Alright, I will get some water, but then we will be back. Be right back. Alright. Time to grab project for this magic number. Yeah, seems like it, right? It's very, very bizarre. Because I was under the assumption that the cell size, or is the cell size just how much? No, it's not how much space we cover, right? Or is it? Wait, we are 8 by 8 by 8 in terms of the compute shader. Now we are basically that again, so 512 times 512. That's how many how much voxel data we have. But then we scale that cell size is kinda... Wait, maybe it's fine. Maybe it is actually 86,000 always. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe it is actually that and we just need to make that smaller. Maybe that was it. Or I mean we could do the dispatch smaller as well, I guess. Maybe that's controlling how many... Yeah, I think that might be controlling how many vertices we spawn. The other thing is how much area they cover, right? The cell size. I think. So if I do that now... God damn it, that's not what I wanted, but... If I go now to the resource, inspect the vertex count. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid, that's all. So now we have 21,504. Okay. So with that, let's go and resize all our things. So that is 21,000. What was it? 504. Beautiful. Then this is 4 times 4 times 4. Although it doesn't really matter that this is bigger, but it's fine, I guess, to do that. And it's a lot of hard-coded values here, which is unfortunate currently, but that's how we just roll for now. Until we have everything figured out. How we want to move forward, basically. And then let's go back with dimension here. And let's see if that changes anything in terms of how we, like, if our full plane is now visible. Oh shit, we're generating it every frame. That's a bad thing. No, it's not. Okay, so that was not the issue. The issue is somewhere else, which I don't really understand where, because... It's so against everything I understand currently why that is not showing up. Because it was working. Grid size. Could it be that? So where do we... No, the grid size is fine. It's some other stupid thing which I really don't get at all. Where that could go wrong. Because that should... Ah, that's only one, right? I mean, we can go back to the individual count fairly easy. I should have probably submitted that actually. So that I can just like stash what I have and go back to the previous version. That would have been a smart thing to do. It's grid mesh vertices vertex count. Beautifully written. And indirect draw. I kind of wrote that everywhere. What? I rigged that everywhere. Huh. Well. Funny thing, I guess. Probably we have another error somewhere here. No? I would have thought we have that error here. Ah, is it just in the generate mesh path, right? Here we have it. I guess for now we will go back to the previous version and then we get cheap, like the Radeon GPU stuff and see why it's slow. But I will save that version even though it's a little bit busted, which I still don't understand why. But whatever. No, that's wrong. It's here. And then probably, I mean, I will just copy everything that we can kill. Let's copy that. Just make a very, very naive version, double it. Just so that we have it saved before reverting. I mean, probably just the shaders would have been enough. Because the rest is quite easy to change. And now we will actually I will revert it that I can toggle between the two. Let's do that. Because for toggling we actually don't have to do a whole lot. Alright. We just have to go to terrain system. Put that here. And then if do I write that here or where do I do it actually? Maybe we do the define here. Per chunk. Mesh data. Then if that is the case, as we do the other thing. And if Alright, and then here we do the same thing. So basically this is if we are not that. We do this. And if that is forced, then we do this. And actually we do more than that, we do this as well. Right. I think so. Then if we have per chunk volume mesh data, we do that. As we do this part. And here we create the voxer or the mesh vertices with this one. And the indirect one with this one, yeah, on the chunk. Now we bind that, or we here we do chunk and that is probably an null pointer here. And then chunk.indirect draw. I think that should work, that we pass in an null pointer here. We will find out the hard way. Alright. So that's that. Then we go to volume, no, not volume terrain system, volume component. Yes. If else and if vertex data is volume chunk, yes. So if we are in that, then we do this and that and that. And if and then we place that. Beautiful. And then in static mesh, we as well do an if. Oh, not here. Well, actually, we don't need to do anything here, right? That is enough if we just do that. And that's actually in the case of the, in this case here, where we do the airs, it's just in place an empty like that. That should do the trick. Probably. Let's see if the C++ compares, then we have to adjust the... Okay, and the shader we need to do as well. So in here, basically we do as well a define per... What was it? Per chunk something. Per chunk mesh data. And we do a 1 here, and then if that is the case, let's do uint buffer offset 0 here, so that we can keep that more or less the same, right? U constant strand form is fine, I guess. The buffer offset is fine. And then here, that one is a little bit different though, so maybe that was not worth it, but whatever. Because actually, that one is... Well, then let's remove that altogether. That one is this. And... Where? And it's that as well here. Oh, yes. Perfect, and then we probably can just do that. That should be fine, right? Did I adjust everything now? I think so. That might already work. We need to as well in C++ though, one more thing. Here where we push our chunk position. If isn't it per chunk? God damn it, where is it? Okay. Isn't it? Oh, well, we don't include Onyx volume. Systems? Or volume terrain? Is that it? Nope. that one? Nope. Then maybe it's systems. Where? Systems. This one. Yes, I did it. Only took me 20 tries. Then let's do this as a 0 vector. Because then we do the transforms differently, right? I mean, let's see. Alright, that didn't work. Why? Why is it? No, god damn it. Of course that doesn't work. Oh, I think we're still generating everything every frame. Yeah. Oh, help, send help. Game core. Let's get rid of that again. The funny thing is, I think it was working now again, right? We saw the whole plane. Yeah. What? Tell me why. What is different between this version and the one that we had before, but okay. But yeah, we'll probably have again shitty performance with that one, yeah. Why do you have this weird thing that... But yeah, I mean, this is quite slow. You can see that we have like 2.5 milliseconds for this instead of the 0.2 or something like that we had before when we draw everything in one go. So yeah, not quite sure where that's coming from. But there is definitely an overhead here. It might be just... It might just be all the overhead from... I mean, although we only bind the pipeline once, right? So how much of a real problem can that be? I'm not quite sure actually. Unnamed buffer. Well, that's a mistake as well, but okay. But now the mesh should be way... Yeah, okay, that looks better. That's not so densely, like, tessellated. But I'm wondering, what is the cell size then? What did I expose the cell size for? I would have assumed that the cell size is what controls the density, but it seems like it doesn't. What does the cell size then control? Let's amp the cell size quite a bit, see what if there is a difference. Game core? No, sorry. Volume terrain. No, generate. So if we do here 8, right? So that's like quite some change. Shouldn't that make my mesh way bigger? Or like the vertices less? I mean, that's what the idea was behind it. Or maybe that's not implemented correctly yet. That's a good or a reasonable explanation, because I mean, the cell size is something we added quite recently. I think it just covers more area. Huh? Ah. Okay, the cell size is how much area we cover, not the resolution. I mean, it kinda goes hand in hand. Because if we cover more area with the same density of the grid, we have lower resolution, right? Oh, okay, we were debugging. Never mind. Because now we cover like way more area with like one chunk. Because now I would assume that one chunk... Yeah, no, I don't want to speculate, but... Yeah, exactly. Now it is 64. Actually more than that, right? Let's see, where in the world are we here? Okay, yeah, we go basically from... I mean, basically from 0, right? Because we had an 8 here somewhere. Yeah, okay, from 0 to basically 100. Oh, actually more. 256. Does that make sense? Yeah, because... Okay, yeah, that makes kind of sense, because we are 8 by 8 by 8. Right? And 8 by 8 is... Yeah, that makes somewhat sense. Because we are 8 dispatching, so that makes it 64, and then we scale it another time, so we are 256. Yeah. So basically this is one chunk here, right? 256. Or no, that can't be it, right? Because 256 is way too much. Hold on. Are we overdrawing then in this case? Oh yeah, we are. That might be the reason why we as well were missing a chunk. Oh, or is it? Oh no. Never mind. It's the thing that we do the transform wrong. Because that's not 32 anymore. Where is it? Volume terrain. No, not volume terrain system. Volume component. Here we push that one, but that's not 32 anymore. That is now... Is it by 8? Is that by the dimension? Is that by the cell size? Is this by the cell size? That might be too much because before we were half the size, right? So that maybe is too much of a gap between them. So I'm trying to get rid of a lot of like the magic numbers, or like at least make them sane before we move on. What? Static cast. Please. So how would I want to do that in the future then actually? Because it seems like the... God damn it. The size or the density of the grid currently is fully controlled by the static data that we push basically the dispatch with. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit better, but it might be still overdrawing. Isn't that generate mesh paths? We pushed it to 8, right? Yeah. But it might actually be that we need to do this by 2. I mean, it's cell size. Oh, that should actually be... Oh, no. It was 8 by 8 and then half the cell size is 32. Right? And now it's... Maybe that is actually... That's a little bit sad that I did those magic numbers and now with 1 week break, it's a little bit hard to distinguish them again. That's why you shouldn't do magic numbers. We are learning it the hard way. Okay. Let's create that. Mesh. Or not mesh, actually, texture. Ah, that looks fine, actually. That doesn't look correct, right? Let's actually do only one. Let's push let's push all of them on top of each other. Then we see how big one is in word space. And then we can deduce it from that. Let's do that. Oh, God damn it. But I'm thinking that it's 64. Because I'm stupid and I did that. $260 by 260. Okay. I mean, probably 265, right? So 32 by 8 is 256. Okay, I mean, then maybe it was right anyways. That would be probably were correct. Even though it looked kind of funky. Let's actually try it by pushing 30. Well, let's do plus 1 in each direction. Then. So we have a little bit of gap or something like that. Oh, well, plus 1. You can't just do that. That should spread it out, right? Is that correct? Probably. Let's hope it is. Let's hope I'm not completely stupid. Oh God, what did I do here? I mean, it kind of works until it doesn't. Why is the directional light so weird here? Fascinating. And I have no idea how that could have done this weird artifact, but okay. Because now it's probably gone again, hopefully, right? Yeah. But it's funny that we have... Okay, let's... God damn it, I'm annoyed by that. Camera. No, edit... Scene editor? Why is my camera far distance so low? Alright, that looks better. And we cover quite a lot of space with that, but I think it's symmetrical, right? It's just that... Oh, we were not in render doc. We were not in render doc. Okay, so then this is correct. Never mind. Then we have everything we want. I think it actually works with that offset. It's just that our lighting is wrong, seems like, for whatever reason. But yeah, that looks fine, right? So probably if we do that in RenderDog, we don't have any overlap. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. I think I know. I might know where that offset is, or like that artifact is coming from. Is it that our triplanar shader is probably garbage, right? In that sense. Where... Yeah. Thinking we have to do this, then it works. Oh, well, we need this and then XYZ. That should fix it, I think. Yeah. That was actually a funny bug, never mind. Perfect. Alright. So I think I will call it a day for today, and tomorrow we will look at the performance again with the AMD tool. I will download it and test it a little bit beforehand, just so that I know how it works, because I think I've never used... I've used Inside RenderDoc and some platform-specific ones for consoles, but I think I've never done anything with the AMD one. Don't think it will be too different, but yeah. Not a lot of progress, a little bit of progress today. I mean, we have the terrain, right? That's a progress from last time, because last time we weren't even able to render the chunks. So that's the good thing. But it is the GPU Open AMD Radeon, or like AMD Radeon GPU Open, something like that. If you search for AMD GPU Open, you will find it. Let me actually link it. Where is my chat? Why is there a question mark at the end? Don't know. But yeah. We will download that and use that tomorrow. Hopefully. It's one of those tools. I mean, I think GPU Open is the whole shebang of all the different tools they have. Not exactly sure which one the debugger is, or like the performance measurer is. But we will find out. Yeah, thank you very much for joining. Let's see if we can raid someone. If anyone has suggestions for a raid, feel free. Otherwise, I will just open that now and see who is there. No, we don't do that. Let's see, C++. Probably this one. I will take a look then. Yeah. Okay, well, that is Russian. That is not really something I'm looking for. unfortunate. I want to see some Godot, maybe. Is there someone doing Godot? I mean, there's a couple of people doing Godot. Good night, good night, good night. Let's go there. I don't know. Yeah, let's go there. I don't know. It's some Godot stuff. Is it Godot? Maybe not. Maybe it's just in the text, but it's not really Godot. I love that when people do that. Let's go to this game jam. Alright, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow we will do some more debugging of the performance. Because before the performance isn't fixed, we shouldn't think of making the terrain bigger. Because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye bye.
AK Elements, thank you for the raid.
Cool. Yeah, cool. You think it's cool?